Mr. Carroll. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the assignment that we're going to do for Renaissance letter writing. So you remember from the other video that Petrarch was writing letters to Cicero, but they were hundreds of years apart. Cicero died in 43 BCE, while Petrarch wasn't born until 1304 CE. Alright, so they are 1,347 years apart. But they're still communicating with each other and having a dialogue. So we're going to do a similar thing. So in this video, I'm going to show you one of the assignments you're going to do and we'll run through what I'm expecting of you and give you some ideas about that. So I've broken down the letters into kind of 4 components. And so you're going to read each of Petrarch's own lines and try and come up with your own line about it. Because you'll remember, Petrarch was trying to imitate Cicero in his letter style. All right, so Petrarch wanted to be like him. And so we are going to try and be like Petrarch, even though it's really stilted language for us. So at the beginning, we get this introduction to the topic. Now it is your turn to be the listener. Petrarch's talking to Cicero here. Hearken, wherever you are, to the words of advice, or rather of sorrow and regret that fall not accompanied by tears from the lips of one of your successors who loves you faithfully and cherishes your name. So Petrarch here in this is saying, Cicero, it's your turn to listen. Like, I've read all these letters, now you need to listen to me. All right, and I have advice for you, because you screwed up your life, and I'm going to try and help fix it, even though you've been dead for, a really long time. So you'll have access to this PowerPoint, and you'll make your own attempt at an introduction, mimicking what Petrarch is doing. So here, Petrarch in the middle of his letter kind of goes on a huge list of people without really talking about them. He says, I will pass by Julius Caesar, too, whose well-approved clemency was a harbor of refuge for the very men who were warring against him. And this is referring to Caesar saving the people who eventually went on to kill him on the Ides of March. Great Pompey likewise I refrain from mentioning. His affection for you was such that he could do with him what you would. And so Petrarch here is kind of talking about people in passing, but moving on. And so how do you think you would do that to a person in historical times? And so you'll write your answer in the box below. The wish. This is what Petrarch wished Cicero could understand from him. How much better it would have been, how much more fitting for a philosopher to have grown old peacefully in the country, meditating as you yourself have somewhere said, upon that life endures forever, and not upon this poor fragment of life. And so he wishes that Cicero hadn't gotten involved in politics and gotten himself killed by the political enemies. That he could have lived a lot longer and written more philosophy. And so that's what his wish is here. So again, what you're kind of doing is you're going to take your sentence, the wish that Petrarch makes, and update it. Maybe you don't use the word philosopher. Maybe you don't use the word grown old. All right? Maybe you say how much better it would have been for a rap singer to have grown wise in Durango, composing as you yourself have sung somewhere upon the life that rappers wish forever, and not upon this plebeian life. That's just an example of a wish that you could potentially do. And what I'm kind of expecting of you is you're taking these model sentences and rewriting them into these boxes below. All right. Conclusion. Written in the land of the living on the right bank of the river Adige in Verona, a city of Transpadine, Italy, on June 16th in 1345, in the 1345th year from the birth of that God whom thou never knewest. Okay? And the same idea, you'll take this similar structure, remove and change some of the words. Maybe you're saying on the river Animus, in the city of Durango, in the state of Colorado. All right? So we're kind of modeling these sentences because we want to engage in a dialogue with Petrarch through this. Okay? We're going to have a second part of the assignment where you get to choose the person you talk with, but this one where for these 4 sentences, you're going to talk with Petrarch. So if you have any questions, you're always welcome to ask them here or in the Google class. And stay healthy, and I'll talk to you soon.